Hey, baby girl, what's your name? Hey, look, fine for sure. But let's go with y'all boys, man. It's Kevo, and I'm back with another video. How y'all boys doing, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are taking care of yourself. Hope you guys are living life to the fullest because you deserve it. In today's video, we got mother arrested after abandoning her disabled child at someone's doorstep. Like always, the original video will be in the description below. If you guys don't want to hear my commentary or hear my thoughts about this video, you go ahead and click on that link and I'll take you right to it. But if you're still here and we're going to watch this video together, I appreciate you. And if you already done left and clicked on that link, I said appreciate you too as well. You messing with kids, that gets under my skin. You messing with kids, because childs are pure. They're innocent little beings. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. And for you to be a mother or a father, a parent, and for you to go out here and hurt these kids, you just an evil person. I don't understand how people can do that. That and pit bulls too. Do not mess with no pit bulls. Pit bulls are some of the most loving dogs in the world.
I can't even get my days that we had.
On January 10th, 2025, officers were dispatched to a residence after a caller reported a woman dropped off her 3 children at their doorstep and sped away.
So, what is the circumstances with her dropping off the kiddos here?
So I haven't spoke with Zaya since, May?
Okay.
She's dropped the kids off at their dad's job. He took them back to her. They did a wellness check. She chased him in traffic. I saw this on video chat. She chased him in traffic with the kid. I don't know if the kids were in the car. Yeah, chased him in traffic. Went and got the kids, and I'm asleep. He said somebody's banging at your door.
Yeah, I was sitting in the room. She was literally falling asleep, and I heard like a consistent knocking.
Like it didn't stop.
Okay, and I was like, somebody's knocking at the door. So we both got up, and she went to the window right here and was like, she seen who it was and was like, you're not supposed to be here.
And she's like backing away. Tell your brother to come get the kids. Takes off running and backs out the entire. She didn't drive at all. She backed out the entire parking lot and then sped off.
She never went in here?
Never came in, no.
Where were the kids at?
Sitting on my front porch.
Right in front of the door. As soon as we opened the door.
They have bags and all 3 of them in car seats. I called the mom and she said she got to get up at work. She got to.
Okay, we're just going to be so real.
Yeah, her auntie's on the phone. Their auntie's on the phone. Their blood auntie's on the phone. But I did call the mom and she's like, stop calling me with this. If you called the police, good job. I got to get up at work. Got to get up at 4:30 to go to work.
So let me get this straight. So, because I and the kids haven't been here in like a year. However, they have stayed here in the past. My main concern is just I think the kids are safe, right? Like, obviously, you probably don't want them to be here.
It's not that I don't want them. I have to look out for myself.
No, I hear you. Did she say anything else about what her plan was?
No. She said, she literally said, call your brother and took off running. That's literally it.
That's crazy.
Okay, officer.
Yeah.
I want to say this now.
Can you guys go?
And I do not get along.
At all.
If she knows her kids are at my house, she may come on some ignorant BS.
I believe they're going to come here on ignorant.
I'm coming to get
I'm
them.
on permission. I don't got to.
I'm coming to get them. Those are my niece and nephew. Those are my brother's kids. I'm their blood auntie.
Okay.
I'm coming to get them kids. Because Samantha, she's not trying to go to jail behind them children.
Sure.
She's not supposed to have any contact with Kazaya. I will come and get them.
What's your ETA, do you think, to get here?
I am exactly 28 minutes away from Samantha, so 28 minutes or less.
They're okay until she gets here. I just wanted to cover my own.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect.
I don't understand about people.
We're at Mariposa for a welfare check earlier.
Some people ain't fit
No.
that.
Dad dropped them off at the grandma's house. She went and got the kids from her.
Let's remember, Dad was at
I was on the phone the whole time.
Okay. So here's the plan, okay? So we're gonna call Grandma real quick to find out more information about the kids. I know Auntie's coming to come get them. Ultimately, like that's what we care about, the kids' safety. We're gonna write a thing up about this, and then we're gonna forward it to CPS, okay?
Okay, I think a CPS call has already been made.
Okay. Well, there's gonna be another one because it's leaving the kids out here and running away is not cool. Thank God you guys allowed them to, get some more.
I wasn't gonna leave them outside.
So I have 2 windows right here. I could see her out of this window, and I opened it, and I'm like, I wear glasses. I'm squinting, and I hear her say, "Call your brother." I look down, and I can see the kids in the bags, and I'm like,
Hello, this is Officer Boyle with the Federal Way Police Department. So we're here with your grandbabies, and we're trying to get this all situation sorted out. Situation is the kids were left at their auntie's house, correct? The youngest one, the one that's sleeping, the one that has the cleft lip, and they had the baby. She has a feeding tube, correct? So our concern right now is that she needs to be fed. When do you know when the last time that she was fed?
I don't think we need to get CPS to like take kids right now because Auntie's coming to get them. But it's just the mom is like tripping out. Like you can't be doing that. I tried to call her like several times, and she's allegedly on
aunt gonna raise your kids better than you?
She had. That's what she said earlier when we went to Mariposa.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to make sure that the little baby is medically okay. And then how often does she need to be fed during via the feeding tube?
Fed on the feeding tube every 3 hours.
When's the last time you ate?
1:45. So coming right up on it.
Why are you not grabbing the mother's information?
Oh, my partners are grabbing all that. So this is my portion of the investigation.
What are you investigating, sir? That the children was dropped off with their auntie?
It sounds like your daughter dropped the kids off over here and then took off. So he was supposed to have the kids, then he dropped them off. Your daughter came, picked them up, and then dropped them off over here. Well, so she's not here taking care of her kids right now. So that is our number one concern. And so you're not able to come pick up the grandbabies, but you're able to go to work. So if you're not going to give me your information, I'll let you get ready for work. And then if another unknown number calls, just know that.
If I know that it's my grandkids and I know that they're in danger, even if they is safe with their aunt or whatever, I'ma still go and check up on them, make sure they all good. Like how the mom gonna drop off her child that's got to be fed by a feeding tube on somebody's doorstep, and you're not at all concerned about that? Even if it is, you know what I'm saying, she dropped them off at her aunt's house. I don't care if she dropped it off at her dad's house or her sister's house. I'm still gonna go and check and see if those kids are okay. That's messed up. But the mom is she's a real douchebag for dropping the kids off, especially if her kid is disabled and he has to be fed every 3 hours through a feeding tube, and you're gonna drop them off at the doorstep at what is that? What time is this? At 4 in the morning. At 4:30 in the morning. That's crazy.
The Federal Way Police Department trying to get a hold of you. Okay. We don't know Grandma's name. We don't know.
She's not giving up any information?
No, ma'am. So we have fire coming out to check on little one.
Okay.
To make sure that
yes,
baby's okay for the feeding tube. Okay. So that's our number one priority, is making sure the kids are okay, health-wise and everything like that.
Okay.
Where are the other two kids? Do they need medical attention or anything like that? They're okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I, Officer Boyle with the Federal Way Police Department, just to let you know I have my body camera on. What's going on tonight? Are you able to come pick the kids up? Perfect. We need you to come pick the kids up at the auntie's house, okay? Okay, perfect. Well, you'll see multiple police officer cars just pull up, and we will talk to you outside, and then we'll get the kids in your possession, okay? Okay, so Grandma refused to give me her name or anything like that, but she was willing to talk on the phone with me. She was able to get a hold of Mom, is at home, and she said that she's willing to come pick the kids up. So I told her to come pick the kids up as soon as possible, and she said she's about 5-10 minutes out.
Okay, we're gonna talk to her.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't give her any information over the phone. I just wanted to get her on location.
Perfect.
So
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that now. No, after what she did.
No, Grandma's not coming. She is, but we're going to place her under arrest for child abandonment. So she will not be coming inside. Myself and another officer are going to wait out there for her. Officer Palmer is going to finish the recorded statement with you, okay?
3 on 3 now, and the father just arrived on scene.
Why did she drop these folks off here?
What's the deal? What's going on? What's up? What did she say to you? What'd she do?
She didn't say anything. I got a call from Tomasa saying that my kids are here.
Yeah.
And I left the kids at their grandma's. But she's not even our relative.
Right.
And like she said, they have a case. Why she brought them here, I have no idea.
Got it.
We just had a conversation.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, me and you.
Yeah.
Me and you
We
and
just
him.
had a
Yeah.
conversation. I was
Absolutely.
waiting for her to get to the house.
Okay.
I was at work. She comes to my job,
Okay.
drops the kids off, and walks out. I have bags, car seat outside of my
So
vehicle.
she just dropped off the
Just
kids.
dropped off the kids, walked out the door.
Are you guys separated?
Yes. So I go to her house.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I have a key to her house.
Right.
And
then that's where you saw us, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm at the house.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, you need to come get the kids.
Yeah.
Blase, blase. I don't know if she was coming, whatnot. I went to her mom's house, their grandma's house. I left the kids there.
What did grandma say?
The grandma, I didn't talk to the grandma.
Grandma's
there
a
with the kids.
douchebag.
Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out how it got to this situation.
I have no,
Okay, no worries. If I do see her mom though, she's gonna be placed under arrest. Okay, for abandonment. Do you know where she could be right now?
I have no idea.
Hello, this is Officer Vestries. This is Keziah. Hey, real quick, just to let you know, you're on speaker and my body cam is recording our conversation. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't even care.
You don't care? Okay. Can you tell me, like, what happened? Like, what's the deal? Like, what?
Their dad is supposed to have them, and I'm really at the point where, like, I just don't understand why everyone wants to force me to be a parent and not call their dad that's supposed to have them. What?
Okay. So,
What's he talking about? Forcing you to be a parent? Nobody's forcing you to be a parent. It's your duty to take care of these kids. It's your responsibility. You the one that wanted to lay up and have unprotected sex with this man, and have 3 kids by this man. I'm gonna assume all the kids is about him, but you the one that want to lay up and do that. So whatever you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You have these kids. These are your kids. These kids look up to you. What is she talking about? Mom's a fucking douchebag. Oh my gosh.
So Dad was at work, correct?
Yes, Dad was at work. Dad said he didn't get off until 11. I dropped the kids off right before he got off of work. That's what pissed him off. Instead of waiting until he got off at 11,
Okay.
I dropped them off early.
So can you tell me about, like, why you dropped off the kids here at Glen Park Apartments?
Because that's where he said he was going.
Who was going?
So I dropped him off, and I told her to call her brother.
Okay, but, like, can you tell me the circumstances around that? Because, like, I was told here that you just left the kids on the front porch and then you took off.
I did, because he said that's where he was going to be.
Oh.
So when she said that he wasn't there, I said, you're lying, because he said he was here.
Okay,
And so I left. Because like I said, that's what he said he was going to be. I left my kids back out with where his dad said they were going to be. That's their auntie. So either way, that's your family member. So come nephew and call your brother to come pick up his kids if he's not here then. I'm not about to keep playing these big ass, childish ass games.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing, though. Like, your kids, you can't just abandon your kids outside and knock on the door and then run away. Especially the 10-month-old who,
I
like,
didn't
needs
run
to...
away. She was at the door. The door was open. I didn't just leave them.
Right.
I was talking to her. We had a
Left
whole
them on the
conversation.
doorstep.
Hang on. So, here's the thing, right? Like, you have custody of the children, correct?
No, we split the custody. We have 50-50.
Sure. But are you going to work or something? Like, what's the deal?
Yes, I have a job.
Where?
I deserve a break. He hasn't came and got them. None of the days are his.
Okay, hang on.
So I dropped them off on the days that were his.
Okay, but when they called you, they advised me that you were at home after you dropped off the kids.
Yes, I went back home. I start work at 7. They've been there since 3 o'clock. They've been there way longer than that.
Okay.
I didn't drop them off until 3:50. Them kids been there for damn near 2 hours before you guys even called my mom.
Okay. And what's your ETA here?
That's 5 minutes. I got gas. Car's gonna cut off. Has anyone tried to call their dad to come get them?
Yeah, we'll facilitate that. We'll try and get that working, but we gotta. This is like pretty serious, right? I mean, like, you can't just like drop off your kids at like people's houses.
Yeah, honestly, like, someone needs to call their dad. Like, honestly, I don't, like, man, I'm just so mad. Like, this is ridiculous to me. Like, I can't even get a fucking break. I can't even get my days that we had.
All right, well, just to let you know, the fire department is here, and they're working on feeding your 10-month-old because the feeding tube isn't working. And so like that's like a whole nother issue here that we're trying to make sure that these kids are taken care of.
Clamp unclamped?
So we're like I said, we're trying to make sure these kids are taken care of, right? That's like the whole issue here. Like nobody knows about the whole like feeding thing. Like this is why it's very like alarming that like you would just leave your kids here and leave. So anyways, I'll talk to you more when you get here, and then we'll go from there.
So they're in there Dad's trying to get the pump primed and all that stuff.
She's got like a feeding tube thing going on.
Yeah. Is the clamp unclamped?
It's not working. Okay, hang on. Put your hands behind your back. Okay. Yeah.
Why are both of y'all back?
You're under arrest for abandonment.
I'm under arrest for abandonment?
Yep.
Don't act surprised.
Who did I abandon?
Your kids.
Children.
I left them with their dad.
No, you didn't.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
I left them with their family members and I'm going to jail for abandonment?
Yep, you're going to go.
Whoa, hold the on.
So,
I need to
we
call
could-
my mom first.
so-
Day shift is taking who? Their dad's here and you're telling me he can't do the clamp problem?
Also, you're suspended or revoked 3rd degree, so you're also arrested for.
Suspended in the 3rd degree?
Yeah, you're unable to drive. So.
What the what about
They
my
just keep
car?
adding stuff to a charge.
So who's gonna park my car?
Let's do what's it called real quick.
Whoa, what the okay.
Spread your feet.
That's fine.
All right, since you got yours.
My mom will bail me out tomorrow. I'm not. This is crazy.
You're gonna be in jail until Monday. It's the weekend.
What do you mean Monday?
Yeah. It's the weekend.
You have anything on
There's
you?
no court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yes.
It's today is Friday.
I have work. So that's why you guys had me come here.
Well, Dad's here, and the baby is in dire need to go to the hospital right now.
What do you mean that I just fed her? What are you talking about? There is no dying need of nothing.
Well, that's what the fire department said. All good? Nothing?
No, you're lying. I have her feeding things right on my schedule. You guys are lying. No, you guys are not about to sit here and make it seem like I didn't feed my child.
All right, so Dad,
I don't know.
why don't you hang back with me?
You know, you just drop your kids off on a person's doorstep. I know it's an aunt, but on a person's doorstep, you probably didn't feed the kids either. You know? You probably didn't feed the kids either. I don't think the dad wanted the kids either. Dad just dropped. If I know I got me and the mom co-parents, I'm not gonna drop the kid off on just somebody's doorstep. I'm gonna wait until the mom comes to pick up the kids. I'm not just gonna drop her off anywhere just so I know that the kids are safe. That's just me though. I'm not a parent. Probably not gonna be one until like the next 5 years maybe, but
Me for a second. We got Mom in custody, all right? We don't need any interaction between you two, all right? It's already been a stressful night for you guys. Let's try to limit all that, all right?
Yo!
My mom will bail me out like your mom, you punk ass.
Up in the car. Put your
nice.
feet in
Yeah, it's okay. And I will get my kids back.
I hope you
Put
don't.
your feet in the car, please.
Let's just limit all this, all right? I
Give the
appreciate
kids
it.
to the aunt.
I know. I appreciate you guys.
That in front of the police.
I appreciate.
I will beat your ass. Shut up.
Get in the car, please.
You were doing my hand check, you stupid.
Whoa! What the hell are you doing? Did you just kick an officer?
I sure did.
Okay, well now it's a felony.
That's fine with me.
Sick. Okay.
Dude, you're being hella aggressive to me
assault
for
3
no
now.
reason. You're gonna push me in the car like that. I don't care.
You good?
Yep. She's
You good?
fine. Yep. I didn't hit her that hard. I pushed her off of me. The f-
Okay.
Like I said, she was being aggressive towards
Nope,
me.
trying to get you in the car. You can't be kicking officers.
I was getting in the car. She had my cuffs. You guys are being ridiculous.
You know we have body
How
cam.
the f- am I supposed to get in? Yes, and you can see she had my cuffs. Like I said, how am I going to get in the car? You have my
Well,
cuffs.
you can't be kicking cops like that.
That's fine. She has no reason to be aggressive towards me. I've not been mean or aggressive towards nobody. So be towards it to me, get towards it to me. You have no reason, like I said, to be aggressive towards me.
I just kept the family inside because things were getting heated. They were kind of amping each other up. So
You have the right to remain
My mom
silent.
come pick up my car.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you
can.
can.
My mom.
Hang on. Can she let her read
I
her?
want to ask a question first. I've been
Your car's
asking
getting
to talk
towed.
to you guys for 2 minutes.
Your
and
car's
I-
getting towed.
To where?
It's been impounded.
I don't know.
Why is it impounded?
Because you're
When I
suspended.
can have somebody come pick up
You're
my car.
suspended third, so you're not able to drive, and you drove here, so now it's getting towed.
Do you understand your rights? Are you willing to talk to us? Yes or no?
No, I want to talk with my kids.
Okay. But do you know your rights
You guys
though?
called me here to
Okay.
pick up
All
my
right.
kids.
So ask her any questions. Whatever she blurts out is whatever. Step up for
I didn't drop them off by themselves. Like, come on, man. I don't understand if I really neglected pick these kids?
They dropped him off. And they sat here a lie and said he wasn't in. Now I'm fighting a whole child neglect charge because you would have lied and say I wasn't here. You weren't there.
You're under arrest for abandonment, 3rd degree, and assault 3 on a police officer.
Assault 3 on a police officer.
Yep, it's a felony, and you'll be going to the King County Jail.
Okay.
Okay, you can start now going over your side of the story, what exactly happened.
Well, from the beginning, me and Maurice have 4 days on, 4 days off. I have them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I drop them off. Thursday at daycare, Maurice is supposed to pick them up Thursday after daycare. These last few weeks, he hasn't been picking them up. So I told him today I was dropping them off, like it wasn't a conversation. So he was like, well, I don't get off until 11. So I was like, perfect. So I packed up all my kids' clothes for 5 days with extra outfits. For him, food, I did everything like I normally do, and I dropped them off at his job. But the only difference this time is I dropped him off early. So he gets mad. And he was like, well, you need to come back to the house to pick up your kids. I said, I'm not coming to pick them up. So we get into a verbal exchange, argument. He said that he was leaving the kids there at the house. So I called the police and asked them to go check my house to see if they were there with my kids. At first, the officer couldn't get up there. They called me back. They asked me if I can come to the house and get to the kids. I said, well, I'm on the freeway to Portland. And I really was. I was leaving Seattle. And I said, well, it's going to take me time to get back. So I stopped the car because I was in Lakewood. I stopped. And I waited and I waited, I waited. I just smoked me a blunt. That's how long I waited. The officer calls me back and was like, well, we can't get inside your apartment. Do you have a family member you can call? I said, no, I don't have nobody to get to my apartment. He goes back after I tell him my kids' ages. He goes back, he knocks on the door, and Maurice is there with the kids. He has the kids. So I go back on the freeway and I start headed back to Portland. So when I'm on my way back, my mom starts blowing up my phone. She was like, your kids are at my front door. I said, what do you mean my kids are at your front door? She said, Maurice left these kids here with nothing but a jacket on. And I said, are you serious? And she was like, yes. So I had to turn all the way back around, and my kids are outside. So I said, dude, you're playing. I'm gonna drop these kids off at your godmom's house. Like, these are your dates. I go to his godmom's house, no one answers the door. So then I go on Snapchat and Facebook, he's over at Tomas's house. So I go over there and I drop the kids off at Tomas's house. Yes, I unpacked them out of the car, I put them in front of the door, and I knocked at the door and I stood there. First thing Tomasa does, she comes down the stairs, that window that is right there, she opens it. She was like, Keziah, you can't leave your kids here. I said, I know your brother's here, because Maurice parked. Okay, let me go back. There's 2 ways to get to her house. There's the back way you can go when you go around the roundabout. That's the way that I came. I came around the roundabouts in the back, and Maurice's car was parked on the side of the street. So I said, you need to tell your brother to come downstairs and grab his kids. So she was like, you need to come grab your kids. I said, your brother's up there. So then she comes downstairs. She opens up the front door, and she's like, you need to grab your kids. And so I was like, no, I'm not grabbing. So the first thing she does, she grabs Kiara. So then when she grabs Kiara, I hop in my car and I drive off. Mind you, actually I didn't drive off. I was actually still in the apartment building. I never left. I was still there even when the other officers pulled up and everybody was calling me. I was watching everything. And then, how I know, Maurice comes outside and goes around the gate. I'm literally watching all of it. And then now everyone's calling me, saying that I need to come get Kiara because she's having medical problems. But when I dropped Kiara off, and her medical thing tells you, she was eating. It has the timestamps and everything on her last feed. When I dropped her off, she was eating. So they're saying that I didn't feed her and it was child neglect. No. And I dropped them off with clothes, shoes, and everything. And I made sure she grabbed them before I pulled up. I watched this.
The woman was charged with child abandonment and assaulting a police officer. while the children were released into their father's custody. Share your thoughts.
I don't. If what her story was true, if her story was true, the dad should be charged with the same thing since he dropped the kids off at he just upped and dropped the kids off at the grandma's house. Why doesn't the father get charged with the same thing if what her story is true? But I don't her kids should not go back to her. It should not go back to the dad. Cause when he pulled up, he said, why she drop these folks off here? Like, these are your kids. These not just no random folks. These are your kids. These are your little ones. One of them probably look exactly like you. I said, if I was a father, when I do become a father, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that my kids are safe. Even if I gotta miss work to make sure that they're gonna be watched over, I'll do that. Because the kids should be your number one priority. Because it's not about you anymore. Once you have a kid, it's about them. And making sure that they are safe. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that your little ones are safe. Making sure that, however many kids you have, get everything that they need to get. But yeah, the grandma should definitely not get the kids either. Like, the grandma sound like a douchebag too in the beginning. What you guys think about this video? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys think that the father should have been charged too as well, especially since he just dropped the kids off, same thing like she did, with no food, with no clothes, and the child had to be fed through a tube. Do you guys think that the father should have been charged too as well? And do you think that the father should have been able to even have custody of the kids after what happened? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys keep on spreading that peace, love, and positivity with anybody and everybody that you come across, man. Have no hatred in your heart. Keep a smile on your face. And it's Kevo, signing out. Peace out.